Without using the calculator, we're going to find our three types of central tendency, mean, median, and mode, using this set of data up here in this box, all right? So the first one is mean. In order to find our mean, that means average. Now, of course, when we find the average of something, we have to add up all of these pieces of data and then divide by that many pieces in order to get what our average is. So in this case, it looks like there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 different pieces of data. So whatever I'm going to end up with when I add that up, I have to divide by 9. So let's add that up quick. All right, it looks like it's 72 after I add up all those different parts. So 72 divided by 9, of course, is going to give me an average of 8. All right, so 8 is the mean for this set of data. Our next type of central tendency is the median, okay? The median is always easiest to find if you line your data points up in order, all right, from least to greatest, which they already are in our case, okay? So then we have to find our middle number, okay? And in the middle number, we can just kind of count down from each side until we end up with the middle one. So let's do that here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can go a little bit more. Another one, another one. It looks like my middle number is 8. All right, so my middle number here is 8. Therefore, that is the median for the central tendency. Now, what if you have an even number, right? What if I had 10 data points instead of 9? Well, then I'd find my middle two numbers, and then I would take the average or the mean of those two middle numbers. All right, and that's how you'd find the median if it was even. All right, before I tell you my last one here, which is the mode, guys, I'm the math professor, Kyle Martin. This is a channel to do your math homework fast and accurately. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe down below, and that way I can make more videos for you in the future, and hopefully you can get your math homework done nice and fast. All right, getting on to our last point though, the mode. The mode is just the one that occurs the most. So here, the one that occurs the most, well, we're looking for duplicates. So no, 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 no. Yes, there's 2 8s, all right? And then there's also none other after that. So our most is going to be 8, all right? Now, what if there were like 2 2s and 2 8s? Then your mode would be both 2 and 8. And similarly, if there was no repeating numbers, your mode would be none. Now, you might look at this set of data and you say, well, 8, 8, and 8, they're all going to be the same every time. And that's not true. And I'm going to show you that here in my next example. All right, now that we know what mean, median, mode is, the average, middle, and the most, we should be able to get through this set of data just a little bit faster. All right, so let me add these up to find the average for our first one. All right, looks like when I add them up, it equals 20. All right, however, I also need to know how many there are. And there are, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. So 20 divided by 8, this isn't going to work out very nice. However, I do know that both of those numbers are divisible by 4. So if I divide each by 4, I think what I get is 5 over 2, which hopefully we know that that's 2.5. All right, so you could say this is either leave it as 5 halves or 2.5. Okay, now always when you get an answer, double check that it makes sense. Is that kind of in the middle of our data? Yes, remember this is central tendencies. We're trying to find something that's in the middle. Speaking of middle, our second one is the median, which is the absolute middle. Which here, since I have 8 of these, I'm going to have kind of something in between two numbers. Remember how that works? Here, if I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I see, my middle's in between both 2 and 3, I have to find the average of 2 and 3, which hopefully you can figure out is 2.5, right? So it's also 2.5. Okay, and then the one that occurs the most, well, there's a couple of these, right? I have 2 1s and also 2 4s. My mode for this one is actually going to be both 1 and 4. If you found this video helpful on central tendencies, you might find this video on box and whisker plots also helpful as we continue to go over more statistics in our current unit.